little bit. Boom, 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 boom. So it's nice to see everyone this morning. And today we are talking about how the pandemic truly does affect our position of reality and how we process the world. I have big news for you on this pandemic thing. And for those of you who like this spot, just almost knocked over my tea. I'm here from, yep, that's my neighbor. Ocean View in Pompano Beach in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Totally owning the fact that these last 2 months have been running together. And good morning to Mary and Michelle, Lisa, Loretta. Hello, Siva. How are you? What I want you to understand and appreciate for the next chapter of your life, your old life is not coming back. Now, to some of you, that may be a relief. You're like, I didn't want that old life anyway. But to your nervous system, to your conditioning, to all of the conscious constructs that have governed your life. Most human beings like to snap back into what they know. We affectionately refer to it as your comfort zone. But in the end, the life that you knew and the life that you may actually even have today may technically not be that comfortable. What it is the known zone. The known zone. You have constructed beliefs, attitudes, and mental constructs about yourself and the world that you continue to fertilize with your daily experiences. Hello, Mary and Michelle and Chira. You continue to fertilize the knownness of you, even if it doesn't serve you. I spoke with a beautiful woman on a clarity call yesterday, and she admitted after quite a few layers being peeled off that she's never truly felt confident in herself. And so what happens when we have that type of ongoing conditioning is that we believe that we are not worthy. We believe that we are not worthy of love, happiness, money, promotions, extra responsibility at work, and we shun it away. Because we do one of three things to every piece of information that comes our way. We delete it, we distort it, or we generalize it. And good morning to Nancy and Andrea. Carrie Goodwin, how are you? Stranger. So we either delete it, distort it, or generalize it as a way of handling information that is rushing in. Every single second of our lives, we are taking in data, and we do one of those three things with it. Now, you might not know that you're deleting most of what you're receiving because it doesn't match with your sense of reality, otherwise known as your known zone, affectionately called comfort zone. If something that you see or experience, hear, or feel does not agree with the constructs that you have created, you will delete it. You're an amazing deletion machine. I don't know about you, but I do this all the time with my partner. She might be talking. I may not be pulling it in because I'm either thinking of something else or it doesn't jive. You know, did anyone ever start a conversation with you like midway into their thought process and they're talking about something on Thursday and you thought they were talking about something on Sunday, and after a few sentences you're so confused you might even go like, that didn't happen. Yeah, it did, and blah, blah, blah. And you're totally on a different zone of what you're talking about. You live life that way. You do. Because you're only picking up what matches your known zone. Here's the really difficult news that I have to land for you. And hello, Kelly and Sheila. Gabby, how are you? And Tanea in the house. Your life and all that you know, all those known zones just got turned upside down and are not coming back. So, yeah, I know. I shared with several of my client groups an interview that the CEO of Microsoft and the CEO of Accenture Consulting put on LinkedIn. It's about a 4-minute conversation about how quickly the CEO of Accenture made sure that all of her 500,000 employees or associates, I think they call them, got up and running on Microsoft Teams. Boom, in days. Yeah, 500,000 got up on a platform. Back in the day, we would have plotted out which work groups would get it first, how we'd implement something and make sure people were up to speed on it before we continued the massive rollout. The beta rollouts. Take our time with those rollouts, and we'd make sure that the adoption was going, and we'd make sure that we learned from that adoption and then pulled in best practices. So then we rolled it out to the people in remote locations or in the far-flung headquarters, that we would make sure that everyone was okay and it was rolling out slowly. Why did we do that? I know why. Because we couldn't handle faster change. Human beings weren't wired for faster change. Why did telemedicine languish for 20 plus years? No one wanted it, but a lot of smart people in healthcare thought it was the best thing since sliced bread. Keep people out of the hospital, let people stay at home and still get doctor and nursing care as much as possible until the time when they must be touched by a human being. Nah, that doesn't work for us, the healthcare people said. Nah, it doesn't really agree with our construct. We have these big hospitals and doctors are busy and they're at the hospital, so people have to come there. So all these telemedicine things languished. Great idea. Didn't agree with our construct. Now, in a crisis, bam, 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 bam. Telemedicine can't be ramped up fast enough everywhere. And I don't know about you, I had a telemedicine visit with my endocrinologist. Yep, thyroid problem since I was 23. Not the same endocrinologist since I was 23. I wish, sort of, because the continuity would have been nice. Anyway, I had a telemedicine visit with her, and it was great. I never want to go to a doctor's office ever again. Why should I touch those grimy walls and sit in those sleazy chairs when I can be in my home, not have a waiting time, and if I do, I can be doing other stuff in my convenience while I'm waiting for the doctor to show up. It was a winner. Chicken dinner. But for so many years, it didn't agree with them because they got rent to pay. And what we know to be true is that people come to us no matter what. And how many hours of my life have been wasted in doctors' waiting rooms? Me getting pissed off, me having other things to do, me feeling disrespected. And isn't that terrible? You go to a doctor's office because you're either sick or you need something or diagnostic tests or, God forbid, you break a foot or have an infected lung or something that really needs care. And you wait around. And when you're waiting, you're feeling disrespected. So not only are you sick, but now you're emotionally getting damaged at the same time. It sucks. That's what healthcare was. I was an executive for 30 years there. I know. I try to push change all the time. Ask my colleagues. I was always the change agent, but it was like, no, we can't do that. We'd never be able to pull that off. No, they'll never accept that. You know what? Here's the thing. We have now been forced to change faster than ever, and we will not go back. We refuse to go back because now we've seen what's possible. So look out if you got an IT rollout coming, because what we know is possible is to do things fast. What we know is possible is for me to visit with my doctor over a computer. She had my lab work. That's all that was needed. Well, would it have been nice if she took my blood pressure and weighed me? No. I can take my blood pressure. I have a blood pressure cuff at home. I have a scale at home. I mean, you think their scales are really that much better? I don't think so. Matter of fact, the last time I went to a doctor's office and the woman who took my blood pressure, she had an attitude. She had an attitude when she came into the exam room, and frankly, it upset me. And I said, "Are you okay? Something wrong?" "Yeah." She had an attitude. So my blood pressure went up. So they've got a reading of my blood pressure that's based on this woman's attitude. I don't need that. I don't. And I'm pretty emotionally stable, sort of under control of my life, kind of have my act together for the most part. And I was affected by that. So imagine if someone's already really nervous, boom, they'd be on blood pressure meds because of the person taking the blood pressure. What? So now we can go to people. Now we can deploy things faster. Guess what? If you are in the work world, you must be ready to move fast. Move fast, move fast, move fast, move fast. You got to think fast. You got to move fast. You got to make decisions. You have to be prepared to be flowing and going in this new world order. This pandemic thing is not a transaction. It's not like, oops, this happened for 2 months in 2020, and now we're going to go back to the way it was. Not happening. As a matter of fact, this is the most massive change you have ever experienced in your lifetime. No matter how old you are, this has changed the world forever for all 7 billion people. Everyone's experience is different, but it's the same. Every human being is now swirled up in a massive level of expansion, quick adoption, speed. And what's happening is people are gerrymandering for all of their positioning. Look, I talked to hundreds of people, mostly women, every month about their jobs and their workplaces and what's going on. I know what's going on out there. And I'm helping them adapt to things. I'm helping them come into their power, make decisions. I'm helping them be more nimble because they are being more who they are. Not the flawed version, not the cracked version, but the healed and powerful version. Because your life is never going back, ever. It never did for a day anyway. You never had a backwards living life. According to Einstein, we could sort of warp time. And as a matter of fact, haven't we experienced that? Oh, Aaron, I'm so glad your new job is great. Hashtag dream job landed. Love it. And hello to Lena and Joanne, Elizabeth, Laura. Hey, Laura. Nice to see you. Adrian is your mother. That's so awesome. Claire, how are you? So good. So good. It's awesome. Tiffany. So here's the thing I want you to know for sure for today, and I want you just to rest easy. Your life has changed forever. No going back. Don't try to get that nervous system and all those constructs who are looking to go back to what it was known to be. It ain't happening, sisters. And what you have to do is recreate your image of yourself and the world. You have to create new known zone. That new known zone is best constructed in your highest version of you. If that new known zone is based on headlines and CNN news and fear-mongering, don't do that, because that's going to just absolutely be horrible. Create your new known zone from your highest version of you. And chances are you may not know how to do that. If you're one of my clients, you know exactly how to do that. Exactly how to do it. I know, because I was teaching this stuff and coaching on this stuff since I've been doing this 5+ years ago. Because here's the thing, your known zone never did work for you anyway. Newsflash. That known zone had flaws and errors, and it triggered you, and it pulled things into your life that weren't good. It pulled stuff in that didn't feel good and right, and you knew it. That inner being of yours knew it, but you didn't think you had a choice. You thought you were a victim to other people treating you a certain way, and indeed you were, but you didn't think you had a choice. I'm telling you, Everything you know about your life, you're choosing to believe that it's true, and therefore it's in your life, and therefore it's true, and therefore that's what you count as your life experience. If you want to do something different, you have to begin constructing a new known zone. I don't think anyone's used that term before. I think I'm onto something. Your new known zone is going to have to move faster. You're going to have to love yourself more. You're going to have to believe in yourself more. You're going to have more confidence in who you are and what you do. If you don't love what you do, it's going to be more painful because it's going to be coming at you at a velocity that's just going to be hitting you. Boom, boom, boom. If you've been furloughed or laid off right now, some of my ladies literally have gotten fired, jobs eliminated. I mean, shit's happening, okay? Oops. I told my clients Monday night not to swear when they present. Do as I say, not as I do. I don't know. Anyway, I have a little bit more license of freedom rather than being an organization. Yes, indeed. That's why I started my own business. So here's the thing. You must shift into your highest version of you and craft a known zone, a new reality around her, within her, using her highest elements. Because the world is only going to be moving faster and expecting greater things from you. And if you keep doing it the old way, you will be burnt out and left behind. True that. Hashtag guarantee. So you need to put a quarter in the swear jar. Aaron, I may have to put a couple of quarters in there. I'm just saying. That's funny. So you must decide who you want to be in the going forward future. In the going forward, it's here. Lisa Kramer, thank you. So what I want you to take away from today, please, is that your old life ain't coming back, sister. A new one must be created, and it's up to you. And, oops, lost your connection for a second. If you don't know how to do that, you need help. You need an expert who knows what the heck they're doing. I don't suggest winging this. If you have a career that's worth something, and you all do, it's worth doing it better, next level, up. It's worth it. If you think about if you're going to work for another 10 years, 20, if you make 20, 30, 40, or like some people on this call, 50 to 60,000 more than your last job, and you do that for 10 years, you got those math tables going? 10 times 50, 500. Add the thousands on there, 500,000. And I guarantee you this, if you learn how to make more money and be nimble and the highest version of you, that first kick up of a job is not staying there. You're not going to repeat the pattern of being stuck there. You're going to have all the tools and all the eagerness to keep doing more and contributing at a higher level because it feels good. It feels good to have an awesome job where you're contributing and appreciated and recognized and moving fast and doing cool stuff. That feels really good. And there are massive companies and opportunities out there looking for those type of people. Be one. Be one of those type of people today. Commit to yourself. If you're a client of mine, dive back into those kick-ass modules. Make sure that you're continuing to do your 10-10-10 morning ritual. It's a lifesaver, a game changer. Turn it into a 20-20-20. Or how about a 30-30-30? Or how about a 60-10-10? Yeah. Play around with those numbers. The longer you stay in a state of non-resistance, meditation, the greater your chances of being attached to the most divine, highest version of you. So give yourself greater commitments on that because that will guarantee that your life will be what you want it to be. And it'll guarantee that you will be flowing in the pace of the life that you want and that is moving faster If you stay in the physical domain all the time and you're not connected with your divine, you're not going to be moving at the pace of the world that we have just created through this pandemic. We ain't going back. You're not going back. So move forward. Get the tools you need. Get the expertise you need. Book a complimentary career clarity call in order to make that happen. mofaul.com/dailymo. We made it super easy for you to understand and remember. Thank you very much, Krista. Ladies, it's been fabulous spending time with you this morning. I'm going to go save some women's lives. I'm going to go talk to some souls. I'm going to go make the world better. How about you? Go do that. I will see you tomorrow. Oh, today is Q&A Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern. I'll see you in my special Bring Your Soul to Work Facebook group. If you're not in that Facebook group, rock on it, and we'll see you there for a quick Q&A. We have some really interesting questions people have asked us this week, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. It's not going to be going backwards, just forward. Do it.